Good morning, Taiwan, and thank you for sharing your day with us. I am Louisa here to keep you informed and entertained. 欢迎收看 Louisa 报报，每天给你最新奇、最有趣的新闻。And soon enough, parents in Brazil will be able to track down the whereabouts of their young ones through the microchipped school uniforms. The move, which will affect more than 43,000 students by next year, is the government's latest attempt to curb truancy. 巴西最近有一所小学，所有学生都换上新的晶片制服，制服里面的晶片会告诉家长，小孩子是否确实到学校上课，让家长放心不少。
Schools in Brazil have started to implant microchips in students' uniforms since late March in an attempt to keep track of students and cut down on school truancy. About 20,000 students in the northeastern city of Vitória de Conquista now have locator chips embedded in their school T-shirts. The chips, placed underneath a uniform badge or on a sleeve, send a mobile phone text message to parents when a student passes through sensors at the school entrance. If the students are more than 20 minutes late for class, their families are alerted with a message which indicates your child has still not arrived at school. And it does seem to be working. In the first 2 weeks of the plan, truancy levels in this particular school have fallen from 10% to nearly zero. The so-called intelligent uniform requires no special care and can be washed and ironed. For Cedilyn Lopez de Souza, who looks after 5 children, including her nephew David, it's a great idea.
Tão avançada que ela se torna maravilhosa para os pais. Saber que seu filho está chegando, está saindo da escola, entendeu? Isso.
However, students showed different reactions to the new uniforms. One boy said that the chip makes him feel safe in school, while others said that they feel being monitored. The local government has invested nearly $700,000 in getting the system work. By 2013, all of the city's 43,000 school children aged between 4 and 14 will be wearing the chip-embedded T-shirts to school.
And turning to the world of entertainment, director Woody Allen brings the main members of the cast to the Italian city to promote for the newest romantic comedy, To Rome with Love. The film, which also stars Allen himself, is made up of 4 vignettes. 大导演 Woody Allen 新片《To Rome with Love》选在意大利拍摄，也在意大利举行首映。片中演员包括 Alec Baldwin、Penelope Cruz 还有 Jesse Eisenberg 都出席，现场非常热闹。
American filmmaker Woody Allen's love affair with Europe continues. His latest movie, To Rome with Love, unsurprisingly had its world premiere in the Italian city it's set in. Allen stars in the drama alongside Alec Baldwin, Penelope Cruz and Jesse Eisenberg. He says his new movie is a tribute to his favourite old Italian films.
Everything I write sounds better in Italian. It sounds, when I say it in English, it sounds okay. But when you hear it in Italian, it sounds like a real movie.
I'm from Roma. My job is to stand up here, and I see all people in Roma. All is a story.
They gave us such a great room. You married a very bright guy.
The film is made up of 4 comic misadventures. In one, Allen plays an old director trying to help an opera singer. Meanwhile, in another, Penelope Cruz takes on the role of a high-class call girl who accidentally finds herself in the wrong hotel room. For Cruz, the project marks her return to work following the birth of her son 6 months ago.
It's like everything starts all over. It's like you start your life, again. You go through your whole childhood again and discover everything, trees, animals, the sky, an airplane, everything you see for the first time.
Baldwin's private life is also busy. He was accompanied by his new fiancée, 28-year-old yoga instructor Hilaria Thomas.
I try to have romance every day, just to have her near me is romance. But we both go back to New York on Sunday. We're back to America, and we have to work and then hopefully have a nice summer, have some of the summer off to ourselves.
That's their summer then. As for Allen, where does he plan to shoot next?
But I think every once in a while I should film at home, and I had an idea that was very good for the United States. But I will come back to Europe right after, because I enjoy spending the summers in Europe and filming.
To Rome with Love is released in Italy on April the 20th and in the US on June the 22nd.
And they share a tangible chemistry on screen and off screen. Looking suave, Zac Efron suits up for the Hollywood premiere of The Lucky One, while co-star Taylor Schilling is keeping the photographers interested with her tight-fitted dress. Zac Efron 最近盛装打扮出席了新片《幸运符》的首映会，宣传这部浪漫爱情片。Forget the red carpet, it's fake green grass they're walking on. With hay bales and a picket fence, screaming fans are taken right into the movie set of The Lucky One, where Zac Efron plays a Marine who ends up in North Carolina after lucking out on the battlefield with the help of a photograph. The 24-year-old actor compares the two romantic films that are both based on the books penned by author Nicholas Sparks.
I think The Notebook was a perfectly executed movie, but I think this one's different. You know, it follows a Marine, you know, a guy who's lived a hard life. He's trying to integrate back into the real world, sort of, into society, where I can only imagine how trivial everything seems after you've been at war. And love could be out of the cards for both of these people. They fight through and eventually fall in love.
And Efron also pumped some iron and trained with a Navy SEAL for 5 months to gain 17 pounds of muscle for his character Logan, who appears tough on the outside.
It was a challenge. It was great. It was something I always wondered if I could do. I always wondered if I would be able to do something like that, physically transform, and this was my first shot at it. And I did it. I pulled it off, I think, in the end.
When describing the steamy love scenes, Taylor Schilling as Beth, the so-called good luck charm of Logan, says that she didn't feel one bit of awkwardness.
We were actually at that point so comfortable with each other, and he's such a gentleman. He's so gracious, and we had such he was a true leading man. You know, he really took care of me. It was very safe.
Lucky One is scheduled for release this coming Friday.
I just found it. Like I was meant to. Promised myself that if I made it out, I would find that girl and thank her for saving my life.
I'm Beth.
Logan.
What brings you to Hamden?
It's kind of a long story.
There's a man here who came to apply for the job, and I can't get rid of him. How'd you get him to leave?
I gave him the job.
You don't know anything about him.
Neither do you.
Who's that?
That's just somebody that Nana hired.
Night all.
Do you like jambalaya? Ben, I'm sure that Logan already has plans.
I can't remember the last time I had a plan.
Well, that's as clean as it'll ever be.
You think I don't know what's going on around here?
You don't have a say anymore. It's just a casual beer between coworkers. It's not a date.
There's something that I've been meaning to tell you. I'm sorry, I can't find the right words.
Hey, that's my son in there too, you know.
Let go of my arm.
You should do as she says.
You don't know what I'm dealing with.
I do know that you deserve better than this.
You stay the hell out of my life.
You should be kissed every day, every hour, every minute.
Where did you get that?
Your boy Logan had it.
I should have told you. I tried. I didn't know how.
He just shows up here with something so personal. I just don't smell right to me.
I think he was meant to find that photo. I think it happened for a reason.
How do you explain something that you can't even understand yourself?
Why did you come here?
To find you.
And that is all the time we have for this edition. I am Louisa Lee, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Meanwhile, stay with CTS for the latest weather update and for more news you need.